for another safety focus of the week. This week's code of conduct is to speak and act supportly of ECI as a company and of our workers. Good one going into Labor Day weekend. Anything to add on that, Ben?
Yeah. Non-supportive communication is not productive, especially when it's done in the wrong forum to people that don't need to know it. It just causes a bunch of drama. So if you have a problem with someone, it doesn't mean you can't stand up to the problem or the issue, but just take it to the right place. And any of us can help you with that.
Thanks for sharing. All right, so another 7 days without a recordable, up to 121, and then we had a clean week without any first aids, so up to 15.
Nice.
121 and 15. So good week. Let's finish it out strong today. Let's really be focused on our task at hand. Remember, let's start that day off with a well thought out, well briefed JHA. So we talk about our hazards, control our hazards, so we can all go into the long weekend. And this is our weekend, Labor Day weekend. This is for us doers out there in the world. Can enjoy ourselves. So I just wanted to highlight some of our rigging. It's been about a calendar year since we talked about rigging. We're going to just we're going to talk about different hitches and good rigging, best rigging practices. But before we do that, we need to inspect our rigging. We do have some older rigging out there, so it's very important that we take out any wear and stretched or oblong chain links out of service when they become defective. So again, the rigging that we have that we need to always remind to inspect is our synthetics, our wire rope, our chains, our hooks, and our shackles. So that's pretty much all that we have out there. So here's synthetics. Hopefully it's kind of big enough for everybody to see all the different types of wear. There's cuts and frayed webbing, frayed sling edges, you got abrasions, you got a damage to the tag or you can't even read it. And a damage beyond belief. Anytime you see any type of synthetics, really you start seeing that red fiber that is in the synthetic, we need to start taking out. And again, you're going to hear me say this over and over again. When in doubt, take it out. If you think it might need to be out of service, let's take it out of service. We got plenty of stock. Get with a tool crib, get with health and safety, and we will change out any rigging that you think that might need to be taken out of service. Here's kind of an example of some chain. You can see here on the left side, you got the new link. It's nice, circular oval. And then when we start stretching, say we're pulling, over tightening, whatever it may be, links tend to close up and be oblong. So you got a stretch link. So that's where you can take it out of service. And then you see the wear. When you got the wear, it's kind of at the ends of the chain link, and we'll use these chain wear gauge limit gauges. We have a bunch. Elliot has a bunch in the tool crib. Health and safety has them. Some of our foremen that have requested will have these too. So if you're interested in getting one of these, we can definitely hand them out to you. It's a quick little gauge check, making sure that if you slide into the next groove, that means you got more than 10% wear on that link, and we need to take that out of service. But again, when in doubt, let's take it out, because I'm sure some of us have seen chains blow up, become detached. It's very violent, and it's also very dangerous. You got flying pieces of alloy steel that could be potentially is embedded in our skin, or unfortunately could hit somebody in the eye or in the head. It could get really serious really fast. So remember best practices. Regarding our hooks and our shackles. So again, it's 10% wear, just like the chains. But again, we want to check for wear and deformation, check for cracks and twisting. Again, any type of twisting on a hook or a shackle is a big no-no. That's the steel has been compromised, and the working load limit is not there. So also the important parts of the safety latches is to also making sure that we have the right, we don't have stretching or movement of the actual eye of the hook. So again, that's why it's important to always have those safety latches in. If you need safety latches, let us know. We got plenty in stock, and we'll come out and fashion those safety latches for you on your hooks. And again, check for any wear and cracks kind of on the body of the hook. any gouges, or if there's any welding marks, anything like that, we need to take that out of that. Again, that metal has been compromised. So again, kind of highlighting, when in doubt, take it out of service, call health and safety. We'll come out and do an inspection. The month of September, October is when we kind of do our annuals on all of our rigging. So we'll be out in force over the next 2 months, trying to really look through what we have and replace anything that we think doesn't have another year of life left in it. Pretty straightforward safety topic, but it's a good refresher and reminder about just rigging, because we do a lot of it each and every day, and making sure we do good, thorough inspections before we pick anything. That's all I have. Tom, would you like to jump in with a little first aid tip of the week?
Yeah, so real quick, I'm just gonna go over some chest and thorax injuries. So first of all, anytime you have difficulty breathing or anything like that, or you're in doubt, call 911. Even if they come out, they don't have to bring you to the hospital, but if things seem to be going sideways, they might show up, things are going better, and then they'll just do some paperwork and get on their way. So count the chest as anything from the belly button up to the neck, around back and the sides and everything like that your rib cage falls in. First we'll start with open chest wounds. So like, let's say somebody gets hit with a piece of rebar or something like that, and they have an open chest wound. You always want to put something over it that's not going to allow air to pass through. Once air starts to pass through, then you get air between your lung and your chest wall, and then you end up with pneumothorax or a collapsed lung. So some of the crews are starting to get these fancy chest seals, which just peel off the sticker and then stick it right over the wound. Most crews don't, but most crews have duct tape, sandwich bags that you can rip in half, place it over it, put some tape over it. Person starts having worse difficulty breathing, just kind of burp it by lifting up a corner of the tape, putting it back down. Another one that can happen is if you break some ribs. If you break 2 ribs or more in a row, you can start to have where that portion will start to move opposite of the rest of the chest. So if you're breathing in, that part of the chest is going to look like it's breathing out. Just take a vest, just put pressure over it, call 911, and just kind of hold it there with moderate pressure, and it'll help keep everything together. And then just the last one I was going to talk about is what's called commotio cordis. Some people remember this from the NFL season last year with Damar Hamlin. If somebody gets struck in the chest at just the right time in the cardiac cycle, it can cause cardiac arrest. The only way to handle that, I should say, is to start doing CPR, and if you have an AED, to apply it, and obviously call 911 for any of these. So
Yeah. This all can happen on our jobs.
Us or anybody around us, the traveling
Yeah.
public, who knows, you know?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Thanks, Tom.
thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll take over the screen. Oops, did I do it right? I think I did the wrong one. There we go. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep, we got it.
Okay, good. Okay, got a bunch of announcements here, starting with, of course, Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody. That's Monday on the 4th. So ECI is closed. Make sure you secure your job site for the long weekend and submit time cards by 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, or even better, at the end of today. Promotions from last week. I didn't catch these, but we have Brian Coda is promoted to foreman and Mike Levick to operating foreman. So
Cool.
Congratulations, guys. Did you say something, Ben?
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Thanks for
sure.
announcing that. Yep.
And schools are back in session, so let's be aware of school buses and children at crossings when we're traveling out there. And today there's some Morgan Stanley financial advisor representatives at ECI. There's half-hour meetings. I don't know if there's any available, but this is really more a reminder. If you signed up that today's the day, you can check with Melanie if you want to get in and you're available. If there are openings, I don't know.
And one thing to add, Ken, Melanie is now starting her day at 7 a.m. so that there is someone in the front office at 7 and Melanie is there. She'll be there in about 20 minutes. If anyone has any questions
Okay.
about this, you can give her a call. Just a little, maybe give her a few minutes after 7.
Okay, so next item, new vehicle and equipment fuel cards are in and see Sarah, and the current cards expire in September. I don't know if that's today or if it's the end.
I think it's the end of this month, but
Okay.
we've been trying to get a jump on them. Yep.
Okay. And then the healthcare premium, it's all over with today. This is it. So bummer, huh? It's been a great long holiday, so but hopefully we'll have another next year. It's about our, we get a kind of a refund at the end of the year or after the end of the year, after they resolve all our losses from the healthcare insurance, and then they figure out if we overspent or underspent, and we've had some great couple years, so we've gotten a return back, which we have put back out as a healthcare premium holiday, I mean. And here's an item Scotty asked me to put on here. Golfers needed for the ECI Railroad Annual Scramble. That's at the Champlain Country Club up in Swanton on Saturday, September 16th. So I don't recall which event this was, but here's one of the teams from one of the tournaments we played probably last year. And we'd love to see some more people involved. This is a ECI sponsored event, and we invite the railroads, the NECR, the Vermont Railway, and so on, and everyone gets together on a Saturday and does this scramble, and a little bit of competition there between the different groups. The railroad actually has one of the railroad groups has a really spectacular team that is hard to beat. So we're calling on more players. Love to see you get involved on this. And it's free. No employees, nobody to show this week. I think we got one coming next week, at least one.
Yep.
Healthcare Wellness Program link is right there. And for this week's project of the week, we're just going throughout the company and different projects and administration and the project managers and mechanics and everything. So it just it's all about all of us participating to get everything done, and it's a great celebration. I love Labor Day. Unfortunately it's the end of summer, but it's a feel good, take time off, relax, and look at some of our accomplishments over the past several months, and re-energize for the last push of the year. So there's a bunch of pictures here. This is, I believe, Richmond on exposing an existing culvert where we're replacing the culvert on the same line grade. The transition bulkhead. We get Eric and Ethan doing some takeoff. So what Ethan does is he'll it's automatically digitized on a drawing to show cuts and fills, and the cuts are in red and the fills are in blue. For site there. Get the guys doing some welding on a piece of casing for Dorset Street. And this is this is a piece of equipment at the foam grout, whatever you want to call it, machine. And there was some problems, I guess, because it hadn't been running a while. So Todd and Seth are trying to get it running in the shop. Here's Nate doing a load test on a hollow bar anchor, a soil nail in Richmond. Tanner is putting together some traffic signal lights. That was for the Pike job, Charlotte, South Burlington. There's Nathan Luigi doing setting some points out there, just checking grades and alignment for the paving out at Industrial Ave earlier this summer. And there's Andrew, Angela, and Melanie in in Andrew's office, checking out some stuff on Andrew's screen. And the survey picture here, this is Gunner and Richard on the total station back there, getting a shot on a piece of precast. The project managers, and see Scott there, Burns in the back, so doing their meeting. Ben, you got an awful sour look on your face. You must have been yelling at those guys when I popped in.
Well,
And they're
Burns,
just relieved that I interrupted the lecture.
Burns has got his paws up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's there's Mike and looks like Matt there doing some railroad work. Just driving some spikes down. Or pulling some spikes. Oh, he's driving a spike there, but he's got the claw. And then we're cleaning equipment. Let's get bumped up here a bit. That a nice detail job out there. And then the guys are doing this is at Essex. Everybody's pulling together, a lot of teamwork here to put in the precast box culvert. You got Elliot doing some work. I caught him just trying to get some stuff out to the guys. And this is in on Union Street. And right, a busy area with lots of busy underground stuff. Doing a lot of hand digging and scratching with the excavator. Work their way down. Trying to advance here. I'm stuck. My screen is stuck. There it goes. Okay, oops. And then finally I got the little paving shot here. So that's what we got for the pictures for the Labor Day. So thanks everyone who works hard at ECI, and we accomplish a lot. We get a lot of good stuff done. And from the photo archives, we have a utility line installation on the IBM bridge over the Winooski River somewhere in, I think, in the late 70s. And see
There's Michael.
Yeah,
Eddie,
Michael.
Eddie, Douglas,
Douglas.
Michael, Bobby Grant. Yeah.
I don't remember what those utilities were in there. There were several utilities that went through that chase, and ECI put them in way back then.
It's a cool picture.
So that's what I got. I'll turn it back to Matt. Everyone have a good, relaxing Labor Day weekend. Stay safe. It's going to be sunny, perfect weather for it. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure everyone else is too.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks,
Matt.
Ken. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Tom.
Yep.
Just one, can't emphasize enough, especially with all the theft that we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks. Really try
Yes.
to take the time today. Let's remove all the keys from the truck. Let's get our tool trailers back here if possible, or put equipment around them. Really try to make sure we're secure so we don't have any police calling us over the long weekend saying we lost something or something's broken into, something's on fire, whatever it may be.
Right.
So.
In case people haven't heard, we had 2 vehicles stolen in the last 2 weeks. We covered them both. I think they're both in okay, good condition, not damaged condition, right?
Actually, I think it was 3. Was it 3, Matt? It was 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been 3 stolen vehicles. So really, keys and equipment, keys and vehicles over long weekends, big no right now. Let's not do that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring it back
Thanks.
to a secure environment. All right, let's have a safe day. Let's have a great day today. And let's enjoy the holiday weekend. Have a great day.
Yep. Okay. Take care.